Hello, welcome back. Fred in his shed, and another video where we're going to carry on and we're going to try a few more things that you guys have suggested that I try to knock out this crackling PLT noise that is really annoying, especially around the 27.555 now. You've all left lots and lots of comments, and I want to really thank you all. I have read them, and just to prove I've read them, we're going to try a few in this video. One thing that a lot of people have come back is to earth out your shack, and I did have this copper rod here. I've had this for some time, and I was planning to use that to drive that in the ground and to connect a earth. Originally I said I was going to connect it to the pole, but as a couple of people pointed out, then I'll be just turning my antenna into a massive lightning conductor, so that's not a particularly good idea. So I was, as I said, I was having some fence panels replaced, which I have had that work done now, and I was planning to drive this into the ground. And I want to thank Paul and also Awesome Dave. Awesome Dave jumped on this straight away because they explained to me something called PME earthing, which apparently all modern housing estates have. I had no idea about this. I just imagined that your house was earthed with a metal spike that they stuck in the ground when they built your house, but apparently they don't do that. No, they use a system called PME, which is protective multiple earthing, and I've looked into that, and basically it's just a real cheap and simple way that the people that build your house, they can provide you with an earthing source. It's not a genuine earthing source. There's no kind of pole going down, and there's no actual earth cable connected for your house. What they do is they just tap into the neutral feed as it comes into your house, and then everybody else on the housing estate, they do the same thing, and they all rely on that. In the event of a short, they all rely on that to return the mains power down to earth. Now the danger is that if I dropped an earthing rod into the ground, which is pretty close actually to where the electricity comes into my own house, and if then there was a problem with the mains or the neutral cable feeding the housing estate, if that became broken, all of the mains voltage will be dumped straight down to the neutral. Now that's not a problem for normal houses because that will just go straight to earth. However, if I've sunk my copper pole in as an earth to my shack, that means that I'm kind of, well, I'm creating a circuit. I'm creating a circuit via my earthing rod, and yeah, that's not so good, because that means I'll be the only person on the estate providing an earthing circuit, and if there is a short, that means all of the power is going to end up going to my rod. And yeah, that will go into my equipment, into my shack. That's potentially pretty lethal. So it just appears if you live on a modern housing estate like me, dropping an earthing rod into the ground, if you've got PME, protective multiple earthing, isn't such a good idea. And yeah, I want to just say thank Awesome and Paul for pointing that out, because I had absolutely no idea, but having read up on that, it all makes sense to me now, and unfortunately I will not be using that rather nice copper pole. However, that's a little disappointing because I wanted to use it. One thing that I can try, and I think this is the next thing that people have picked up on, is my switch mode power supply in the little box there. And they've said, yeah, I've explained that I can't do, I think it's called a dark test, is it? When you turn off all of the mains to your house and just run the radio on a car battery with no mains at all. I can't do that at the moment, and I've explained that because I've got people working from home. Still, we've got this furlough lockdown thing going on in the UK, and everyone's relying on the power in the house, so I can't turn it off. But what I have done, I've charged up one of my spare car batteries. So what we're going to do right now, live and direct if you like, I will disconnect the radio from the power supply unit, switch that off, and then just down here we'll connect up to this car battery, and yeah, we'll have a listen and we'll see if that cures it. If that does cure it, then yeah, fantastic. I'm not so convinced myself, but anyway, let's do that live and direct. Right, so undo these. That little PSU unit that I got in there, still going strong, still working. Quite pleased with that. For what was that, 11 or 12 pounds that I paid for that. Right, let's get down to the battery. Just going to do a simple connection here, nothing fancy. Oh, my knee's getting into shot. That's not what you want to see, is it? So just going to connect that to the negative side there. A little bit fiddly down here, but into the positive side. So we've got just a very basic connection now. Right, and this is it. Moment of truth. The power supply is turned off. Let's turn on the radio. Yeah. So as you can hear, absolutely no difference taking the switch mode power supply out of the circuit, but of course I have got the house ring mains is still switched on. I will try this again at a later date when everyone buggers off back to work and I can switch off the mains to the house. But moving on, next thing people have suggested is to remove the antenna entirely from the radio, just to sort of see where the noise is coming from, and then connect a piece of wire. Well, I've got this is the speaker wire that I used for the T2LT test, and yeah, just run that round the shack, especially over this side where I've got the mains coming in, and just run it round the shack and just see if I can pick it up to make sure that it's not local to my shack, not that I'm creating my own interference. So yeah, I think we'll do that on the next part. We'll give that a go. So let's take the antenna. Right, sorry, that was a little bit fiddly getting that connected. So here it is in the shack. Now what I've noticed is when I handle it myself, I must be doing some kind of grounding, some earthing, because as soon as I touch it, the noise goes away. See that? What do you make of that? So let's try it around the shack anyway. Let's first move away from the electricity. Let's just try it up here. Yep, that seems pretty bad. Let's move it over to the window. Right. And we'll clip it onto, there we go, put it onto this screwdriver here. And that's pretty bad. Seems bad all the way around, doesn't it? I'll move it over towards the electricity supply. On top of that, it'll stay on that. Yeah, that's bad as well. Also the plugs up here. There we go. So it's definitely picking it up, but I don't know if it's any worse or any better. Let's try it back down there. So it seems to be just picking up all around the shack, doesn't it? Just this PLT noise all around the shack. Next thing I'm going to try is I've got my trusty Texan PL600 radio. I don't know if you can see that. I've tuned into 27735 megs, and that's on the shortwave band, so I assume that's AM, isn't it? And it's picking up that noise wonderfully. There it is. I've switched both fish pumps off before, so I do know it's not those. Let's go down the garden a little bit. Still quite loud at the bottom of the garden. Does seem all around, doesn't it? Perhaps a little bit quieter as we move away from the house. A little bit more quieter in this section. Okay, let's go into the house and have a little snooze around there. Seems quiet in the house. I'm starting to pick it up now. A bit in the dining room now. Head into the living room. And yeah, once again, I think to get close to the antenna, because the antenna is literally just above the wall there. So back out close to the antenna. Out of the way, Bill. Let's move close right under the antenna now. I wonder if the antenna's just resonating the signal, just amplifying it. Could be the issue. Very loud under the antenna. One advantage of having this Texan here is I can show you how sort of sharp the cutoff is as we go up to getting close to the 10 metre band. If we listen to it here on 27.810, and you watch as I get up towards the 10 metre. $27,940, completely gone. And as we go back, it's a very sharp cut-off point. $895, it's gone. And there it is. $855, really, really strong. And completely gone again. Yeah, well, I think that's about as far as I can go today. I really need to turn the power off in the house and then try it again with the Texan. The Texan's quite handy for walking around. I don't know really what that told me. It just meant that there was lots of interference all around the garden there. It seemed worse when we came back to the shack and the Antron 99, but I have a feeling that's just the antenna resonating the signal and increasing it. Yeah, so I need to do a power off test, I think, to move on. So yeah, just there's a few things there. I tried to say disconnecting the radio from the power supply, that was something, and disconnecting the antenna as well. I don't know really what that's probed. So once again, cheers, thank you. Please, any advice, please leave it in the comments. I will be carrying on with this. I'll be trying a few more things yet, but at the moment I still I'm unable to find the source of this problem and cure it. But stick with me and hopefully we'll get somewhere. But as for now, cheers, subscribe for more, give us the old thumbs up if you can, that helps. But as for now, as always, take care of yourselves, please stay safe, and yeah, catch you all on the next one.